Hello, hikers! My friend James, and welcome to another episode of Breaking News with Channel 16. This is the Severity Edition, and we're gonna hop right into today's news. And the first topic of the breaking news, our top story of the day, is a post from Will yesterday at 3:59 p.m. Central Standard Time, stating that everyone be aware that a game similar to Severity, an alpha stage and test, is a scam, and they have ripped off Severity's Brandon and is charging people Robux to skip the intro. And he noted that do not fall for this scam and please report the game to Roblox. This scammer has scammed a lot of people so far, and just please avoid this game. Severity is not out, so if you see any game claiming that it is out right now for testing, it is false. It is a scam, so please do not join. And that is our top story for today. And our urgent news, the second most top news of the day. And this is a post from Sean yesterday at 3:41 p.m. Central Standard Time, talking about the UI that is going to be part of Severity. And this is his post stating that as part of the goal of minimum UI, most of the game's information and interactions like radar, thermos, server settings, etc. will all occur in a main interface, so one whole UI section for all your interactions, stuff like that. Instead of having it like all on the screen as stated, this is designed for the main UI in its design phase, which I'll show you in a second. And he's already begun work on integrating it into the game and making it functional, but it's not far along enough for it to be any worthy of showing yet. And all at the top, you can see the different tabs right above snapshot of the radar and map. You can click anywhere on it and expand to a full view where you can pan around, view the legend, etc. And I'll get to that more in just a second. The team tab is part of a convoy rework as the planet stages behind the scenes, so they're still planning on it, so nothing's been integrated or anything right now. It's still in the planning stages. And then once they have some more concrete gameplay, they're excited to show everyone what it will be, but until then, they want to make sure they have everything dialed in before promising anything. They will have no lobby in this game, so there won't be a lobby like Twisted, but in Severity, there will be a server browser built into the main game under the servers tab, which you can go into when you are playing a game. You can change servers. And this will allow you to find your friends, risk, and join server codes. And in the bottom left and bottom center, they have a location/warning panel. The location panel in the picture is covered by a recently issued warning, so they'll probably fix that by the time that it comes out. And but normally it will show your location. The text to the right will show a scroll EAS text when you're inside the warning, so when you enter a warning or a warning gets issued on top of you, you open that UI and it'll show you the EAS text. And I believe it'll be EAS voice inside your vehicles when the warnings are also issued as well, as I believe. The vehicle tab, as you may notice, has a grayed out garage button. The big change that they're making is that swapping vehicles will be restricted to specific locations around the map to make it more immersive and realistic, so people don't just go spawn interceptors right next to the tornado just to intercept them. And then, so you have to decide on a vehicle to chase with, unless you want to go out of your way to swap it. And no more you'll be able to swap your vehicle to an interceptor, run in front of a tornado for quick cash, and otherwise that's considered unrealistic. This game's going for all realism. And once again, this design has not been fully integrated yet, and anything that I'm about to show you is subject to change, not final UI they say it's final. And he wants to show the general idea we have for the interface. So let's show you what the UI looks like. And here is the UI for Severity. This is the main UI. It's probably going to be easily accessible, probably like a keybind, most likely, probably like M, or it'll be in it'll be a Pacific logo on the main screen. So as you can see the top part showing all the information like radar, environment, team, servers, the Robux shop, which is probably have gate passes, and then settings along with the time, day, and then on the right you can see the player, the vehicle that they're driving, and the player list. And of course, as the usual, like they posted before, you can see the severe thunderstorm warning that was issued and it expires in 12 minutes, and the EIS text on the right of that. And you can see the town name, which of course has not been named yet, and then you can see a 75-mile-an-hour winds towards the northeast. If this thing is facing northeast, I don't know what the direction is, but I go off based off what it looks like. It's going northeast. And I don't know if those are the max winds or the current winds that it's experiencing right now. And also you can see to the right is 708 millibars, and that is a pressure reading. So, before I get more into that, we're going to hop over to an image that I added information to it, highlighting the stuff that I found in this leak that was posted. And as the image that I showed you just a second ago, I added a whole bunch of text showing what everything is and what I think it might be. Start off on the top left, the radar. I put reflectivity, velocity, and correlation coefficient. Correlation coefficient with a question mark, because if they're going for realism, they might add that. But I believe no matter what, they're going to have reflectivity and most likely velocity, because there's no way that this game will not have velocity. And then to the right, you have thermals, which more likely will be the basic thermodynamics, and then there might be another section in there, as this is all guessing right now, because I don't know anything. And the thermals might have advanced thermals where meteorologists, the people that are actual meteorologists, can look through those thermals and find everything. It might just be literally a whole UI of itself for thermals. It might be with the most realistic thermo screen in Roblox. And then right after that, you have the team, and I put the convoy/team changer with a question mark, because it could be the convoy section and or the team changer, and as stated before, I believe that is the case. And then you have the change server, hence the server section, so you can change the server while you're in a server, instead of having to quit the entire game to go back into the game and change servers. And then to the right, you got the Roblox shop, and then you've got the in-game settings, which we don't know anything else but the Roblox game shop or in-game settings at this time. Jumping over to the far right, near the personal information that is in-game, you have the one thing I added was job points. As you can see, the blue with 240, and you can see like a lab tester. It shows the 240, so is that job points? Or is that probe data? Like, I don't know what that is, but if you if you know what kind of a feature like, please comment that down below. And then move into the actual map. We have paved roads I marked as bright, and then you have the dirt roads marked as, of course, darker color, as that kind of more likely is what the case is. And then I got the pro readings mark with the 75-mile-an-hour winds, as I just talked about before, and along you got the pressure readings, because people have always wanted to get pressure readings in a tornado, and it has not been added in a whole bunch of other storm chasing games, but this game will feature that, as of course they are aiming for the most realistic storm chasing game on Roblox. So the pressure that they're recording right now is 708 millibars, and that is all subject to change anyway. Pressure data, winds, everything is all subject to change. Nothing is final until it's said it is. And then moving on, we got the town name. This may be the town of Montezuma, as you can see in the bottom where the EAS text is. The National Weather Service in town has issued a tornado warning for Montezuma. I think that's how you spell it or say it. Comment down below how to actually say this, as I'm going to be learning a lot more towns now with this game. And then at the end of that EIS text, I put first town name or the county. This may be the county that they're talking about, or this might be the town that I highlighted up at the top. At this point, this is all my guesses right here, that none of this is confirmed, as these are all guesses. And now it's time to go hop over to the General Development FAQ and information. The first FAQ that Willa's posted in the General Development FAQ is, when can I play Severity? The answer he provided us was, Severity will be released to the public in a very bare-bone alpha state sometime in 2026. And a reminder, a bare-bone state will have less features and less content what a full release would be. And as of right now, we don't know when 2026, we just know it'll be this year. And the second batch of QAs he provided in the general development was, how big will the map be? And the answer was, the map will be a 25 by 25 base plate when it releases an alpha, and using their in-game scale of 28 to 70 studs, or 2,870 studs, per 1 mile. This equates to about a 17.8 by 17.8 mile map, or roughly 317 square miles. And at this time, we don't know how long that'll take in real minutes to travel from one end of the map to the other end, going either direction since it is a square. I may ask that question and see if I can get an answer to that, but we'll find out. And the next question was, will you expand the map? And the answer to that was, we have every intention of expanding the map beyond the 25 by 25 at alpha launch. There will be many of the towns that are located in the map border, and this was intentionally done to allow for future expansion without the towns in the original 25 by 25 area being grouped too closely together. Once the game fully releases, they'll immediately be working on the first map expansion out to a 30 by 30 mile base plate. And the next one is, how many towns will there be? And the answer to that was, for Alpha, there will be at least 7 to 8 official towns or cities, and this does not include some of the small villages that I don't think have names or enough population to be considered towns or cities. That'll be around the map. Also, the map will be, as the map is expanded, the number of towns and cities will grow. And then the other question is, where is this map based off of? And the answer was, the map takes place in the fictional state of Wakota, which now we actually know the actual state name. And then this is based off the Red River Valley region in North Dakota and Minnesota. So I was kind of right, like Nebraska, South Dakota. So we officially got the where it will be, North Dakota and Minnesota. The western side of the map will feature Drift Prairie and Badlands, while the center will feature a flat river valley, while the east will feature rolling hills and forest. It'll be a gradual trend as you go to each part of the map. It's not going to be like an instant change where you go from forest right to a flat river valley. It's not going to be like those cheaply made maps. This is going to be a very well done map by Will, because he's an amazing developer. And these questions and answers are related to the vehicles that are going to be coming to Severity. And the first question was, will this game have intercept vehicles? And the answer to that was yes, while we may only have 1 or 2 or none at the public alpha release. The objective is to eventually add all the interceptors, assuming we can obtain the rights and licensing to use them. In order to use interceptors, you gotta obtain the licenses to use it. So if you want to use Dominator 3, you gotta ask permission from Team Dominator to use it, along with so on with the TIV, and then the DAOs, and so forth. And then the other question was, will car customization be a thing? And the answer to this is amazing, as I read these before. The answer was, yes, we intend to focus heavily on car customization and vehicle variety, as vehicles are a key factor in the game. Well, of course, we all storm chasing games, we all know that. And they are where you spend most of your time, so they want to ensure you can really create a vehicle that represents you and suits your storm chasing needs. Customizations will include things like oversized tires, custom logos, amber lights, and much more that they cannot post on right at this time. So the custom logos, I don't know if they're going to be custom-made logos from Severity itself, or you can upload your own custom logos to the game, because if I can, I will definitely be doing it. Hopefully they add a Ford Explorer to the game, which I don't know what the fictional version is, but I just gotta hope they add a Ford Explorer model. And then the next one is how many vehicles will be added. They plan on adding a few good options for vehicles upon the alpha release, but they want to expand a massive variety of civilians chaser vehicles in the future. And as mentioned previously, vehicles are a big focus for the game, because of course you still need the rights for the interceptors, but for any other vehicle, you just need to build your own models, because of course real life companies don't want their vehicles in the game. And another one is how will vehicles get lofted, and this is a big answer to how vehicles will get lofted. The answer is vehicles will be damaged dynamically in severity. This means that there's a lot more in play than just the number of the anemometer and reaching the vehicle's threshold. And the things like the direction in which your vehicle is hit by the wind, so I believe now you need to put the vehicle in a wind, like when you intercept the tornado, like Reed Timmer was talking about, you want to point it into the wind. because if you point it the opposite way, you have a high rollover risk. And the amount of debris that hits your vehicle can impact your vehicle and damage it until you get sent flying. That has happened in Twisted sometimes, where debris glitches underneath you and throws you across the entire map. And the surface of your vehicle is on can also play a role factor, so if you deploy in mud, the mud may be weaker, so the spikes on the Dominator 2, if they add that, won't work as much, so your threshold will be lower. And also on pavement roads, it'll be much stronger for the spikes because they'll go more into asphalt or concrete. Rolling and lofting physics will also be realistic as possible to real life, and I just can't wait to see how those physics will work, and hopefully all these feature stuff does not blow up my computer. And also the last question about cars is, will cars have interiors? And the answer is pretty simple. Yes. All vehicles will have interiors for a good first-person experience, because that's what this game is mostly all about. Realism and immersion. And here are all the miscellaneous questions and answers that were provided by Willows about the general development. The first one is, will there be ground scouring? And simple answer, yes. They intend on adding ground scouring, which I can't wait to see what it will look like on the map. Twisted removed it because of the amount of issues it caused, so I don't know how they'll implement it, but we'll see what will happen. And then the other one is, what platforms will this game be optimized for? The goal is to make the game accessible on all devices. They will do the best to optimize it so that you can play the game on all platforms. So you should be able to play on mobile, Xbox, and of course PC, as Roblox is all made for PC anyway. Just hopefully it can run on low-end devices, kind of like my laptop, but mine's kind of mid-tier. And the other question is, will there be game passes? And we all know the answer is yes, because on the UI it showed the Robux store, which you probably can buy in-game cash. And the answer is they'll have several game passes for those who want to enhance their experience, though we not intend to paywall anything you need to actually chase storms and progress through the game. The game passes will be things for like emergency services like EMS and fire, so hopefully they add the houses potentially on fire, so firefighters can actually get used for like the fire trucks. And then damage cleanup, this is new feature right here, damage clean. You can clean up damage after a tornado, repair the city, so I don't know how that will work, but we'll find out, and etc. I believe another one they're going to be adding is damage surveyor. I don't know if that's going to be a game pass or be free, but I believe it'll probably be a non-expensive game pass, probably around like 500 Robux or so. But that's a guess. And then I also just realized that I had two things exact same questions and answers, so don't mind that. The other one is, all answers here are subject to change based on how development goes, and you will also be added on to the questions and answers as needed, so I'll be here covering all that, because here at Breaking News with Channel 16, we are 24/7 news network. And with that, we're going to head over to the community news feedback station, and I'll meet you right there. Alright, welcome to the Severity Community News Station, and right now there's no community notes at this time, and this will be a continuing thing that will occur every single time I make a breaking news video on Severity. And with that, this concludes everything I have here today, breaking news-wise, so hope you guys enjoyed, and now it's time for the question of the video. And the question of the video today is, what questions do you have on Severity? Leave them down in the comment section below, and I'll try to answer them as best as I possibly can with all the knowledge I know of the game right now. And otherwise, I'll also help relay your questions to the Severity Discord as well, if you want me to. And leave your answers or questions down below in the comment section below. And with that, that's all for today, folks. Hope you guys enjoyed. I'm Adventure James. I'll see you next time, hikers. Goodbye for now.